After spending the entire season trying to prove that he belongs at the 10 Petal Ranch, Joaquin finally reaches his breaking point and calls the one man he swore he would never need again, his estranged father, Mariano Reyes. It lasts only a few moments, but that decision could completely change the direction of the season finale. Throughout the series, Joaquin has been portrayed as the loyal son. Although he wasn't Beulah Jackson's biological child, he devoted his entire life to earning her trust. He believed that hard work, loyalty and sacrifice would eventually make him the rightful heir to the ranch. Flashbacks revealed that Beulah took him in after his father, Mariano, became involved in serious criminal activity and could no longer care for him. Joaquin viewed Beulah as the person who gave him a second chance, while Mariano represented the painful life he wanted to leave behind. That is exactly why Beulah's decision to leave control of the 10 Petal Ranch to her biological son, Rob Will, devastates Joaquin. Following her heart attack, Beulah asks her sons to reconcile, but instead of healing the family, her decision leaves Joaquin feeling betrayed. Everything he sacrificed suddenly appears meaningless. The ranch he believed would become his future is handed to someone he considers reckless, violent, and completely unworthy. Joaquin first attempts to fight back legally. He takes the murder weapon connected to Wes Ayres' disappearance to Sheriff Wade, hoping to implicate Rob Will. Unfortunately, without a body or stronger evidence, the sheriff refuses to move forward. Joaquin's final attempt to stop Rob Will fails, leaving him with no legitimate options. That failure makes the cemetery scene especially powerful. Joaquin isn't simply making a phone call, he's abandoning the identity he spent years building. By contacting Mariano, he admits that he can no longer win by following Beulah's rules. The man who always wanted to solve problems honorably now turns towards someone whose reputation is built on crime and violence. The series has repeatedly hinted that Mariano may be connected to the mysterious criminal network operating along the Mexican border. Earlier episodes referenced his troubled past, while episode 8 finally reveals that the Jackson family's business is secretly tied to illegal cattle smuggling across the border. Ranch hand Austin exposes the operation to Beth and Rip, confirming that the ranch's financial success depends on organized crime. Because of these revelations, Joaquin's phone call becomes much more dangerous than it first appears. If Mariano truly controls or influences this smuggling network, then Joaquin has just invited one of the most powerful figures in the region back into the story. Instead of a family inheritance dispute, the conflict could become a war involving organized crime, corruption, and revenge. There are several clues suggesting Mariano's influence extends far beyond Joaquin's childhood. Beulah never speaks openly about him, yet everyone seems to understand that crossing Mariano carries serious consequences. The fact that Joaquin resisted calling him for so many years suggests he knows exactly what his father is capable of. He understood that asking Mariano for help would come at a terrible price. Actor Juan Pablo Raba has also described Joaquin's decision as the result of a double heartbreak. According to Raba, Joaquin spent years refusing to contact his father because he wanted to succeed on his own merits rather than relying on Mariano's dangerous reputation. Losing the ranch and failing to stop Rob Will finally pushed him beyond his limits. Raba even warned that the consequences of this decision won't be fun for anyone, strongly suggesting that the finale will become significantly darker. The timing of the phone call is equally important. It comes immediately after Beth and Rip discover the illegal cattle operation. That editing choice links both storylines together. On one side, Beth and Rip now realize they've unknowingly partnered with criminals. On the other, Joaquin has just contacted someone who may be connected to those very crimes. These two plots are likely to collide during the finale. For Beth and Rip, this development creates an enormous dilemma. They entered South Texas, hoping to build a peaceful future away from the chaos of Yellowstone. Instead, they find themselves trapped inside another criminal empire. If Mariano arrives to protect Joaquin or reclaim influence over the ranch, Beth and Rip could be caught directly between Rob Will and Mariano's competing interests. Another fascinating possibility is that Mariano never intended to stay away from the 10 Petal Ranch. He may have simply been waiting for Joaquin to invite him back. If that's true, then Beulah's decision to favour Rob Will may have unintentionally opened the door for an even greater threat than Rob Will himself. The finale now appears set to feature multiple overlapping conflicts. Beth and Rip must decide whether to expose the smuggling operation. Rob Will wants complete control of the ranch. Joaquin wants revenge for being betrayed. Mariano may arrive with criminal resources that nobody else can match.